Certainly, it's a joy and privilege to be here among fellow educators to share things that are close to our heart. So for the next 5 minutes or so, allow me to share the big ideas of the master teacher system in Singapore. Now, in the Singapore context, master teachers are teacher leaders at the national level, representing the pinnacle of the teaching track. What is this teaching track all about in Singapore, and why the teaching track? Now, the teaching track is one of the 3 career pathways in the Singapore Education Service. The teaching track seeks to do 2 things. 1, to recognize teachers who are excellent in their classroom teaching, to retain them, and 2, to allow teachers who aspire to lead and guide fellow teachers towards instructional excellence within the school and beyond the school context. So in the teaching track, there are 4 levels of teacher leaders, namely the senior teacher, lead teacher, master teacher, and the principal master teacher. So these are the 4 levels of teacher leaders in Singapore. Currently, there are about 2,000 of us in the system. In Singapore, there are about more than 33,000 teachers. So currently, there are 2,000 teacher leaders in the system. And they are united in a clear and compelling vision of the teaching track. This is our vision of the teaching track. Now, the vision of the teaching track begins with the end in mind, and that is to lead to improve student outcomes. Outcomes beyond grades, outcomes that matter to their future success. And that's where I think the team, Rocco and Lee, have actually came up with this beautiful quotation. Effective teaching is defined as that which leads to improved student achievement using outcomes that matter to their future success. Similarly, in Singapore, we want to go beyond grades, beyond academic achievement, towards 21st century competencies, as well as the character development. Now, in this vision of teaching track, you'll notice there are 2 key roles played by the teacher leaders. 1, they are pedagogical leaders in the system. We call them the leading lights. Leading lights in terms of subject matter knowledge, leading lights in terms of pedagogical content knowledge, which is basically about what quality teaching looks like in the classroom. Secondly, teacher leaders are also instructional mentors. They are guiding lights. They guide and nurture their colleagues, or especially the beginning teachers in the first 2 years, towards quality teaching for quality learning. So they give a lot of support to these young teachers. Now, where are the 2,000 teacher leaders in Singapore deployed? We deploy them according to 3 levels of mindful teacher leadership by Professor Dennis Shirley Lee. The first level is the school level, the senior teachers, where they lead the teams within the professional learning communities within the school. The lead teachers lead a group of schools, about 15 in a cluster, and the lead teachers are the pedagogical leaders and instructional mentors at the cluster level. Now, where are the master teachers? The master teachers currently are parked at the zonal and national level. There are currently 66 master teachers and 10 principal master teachers. We are still growing the track. And what do? Besides initiating quality PD at the national level, master teachers also grow and nurture network learning communities, NLCs in short, by subject, by role, and by interest. For example, I'm a principal master teacher in physics. I work closely with 4 fellow master teachers in physics. We lead and nurture and mentor 11 senior lead teachers, as well as 66 senior teachers in the system to impact 1,000 physics teachers across the Singapore schools. So there is the kind of a mentor-mentee chain. It's a very intentional mentoring. And one of the products of these network learning communities is the codification of our knowledge. We see ourselves as coming together to put together our wisdom of practice in the form of a handbook, which I will pass to the chair and organizer later. But allow me to launch a video on what this handbook is all about. Can I have the video? So besides sharing resources and put together our wisdom or practice in the form of a book, we also use a lot of share our good practices. For example, this is a simple demonstration of what physics is all about. Physics is about matter, in this case a solid, and energy. So this is a rotational kinetic energy. And what is the concept energy? Energy is the ability to do work. So by doing this little demonstration, you find that actually physics has been brought alive, right? So we do a lot of sharing on top of demonstrations because we believe in fostering curiosity. That's at the heart of inquiry. And finally, what is our aspiration as a small nation? We really want to work towards a quality teaching force where every teacher in the system see themselves as a catalyst for change and creator of knowledge. It's about human capital, starting point. But beyond the human capital, for every teacher in the classroom, we want to do a paradigm shift. And that's to say that you need to go beyond your school towards the fraternity in the form of network learning communities where learning is the work and social capital is the fuel. And finally, I would like to say that we hope to lead towards a teacher-led culture of professional excellence in a not-too-distant future. It's a journey that all of us are going along for the holistic development of the child. Thank you.
Thank you.